everybody, it's Sam here. Thank you for watching today. So I shared a video maybe the beginning of this week when this one goes up, showing all of the birthday cards that I got, and one of them was this one here, which my mum made for me. And there was quite a few people in the comments had asked for me to do a tutorial for this one, or if I had one. And I spoke to mum and I said, which tutorial did you use? She said, oh, it wasn't a tutorial, I followed a picture. Anyway, she couldn't find the picture straight away. Now she's found it, and it was by Amanda Bates, who I believe is the Craft Spa. I'm going to link her picture in my blog, and if there's a link for that as well, that post, then I'll share all that there. Anyway, she saw the picture and loved it. So this is known, I think Amanda calls it a book flip card. So you just open it up and you have all these panels. Now I have made a card very similar to this, which is why I thought I'd done one, but it's actually in a card. So if you imagine your card blank attached to the back here, and then you open the card and this is inside, but you've got this slimline and it's lovely. I think this would be great in a larger pocket in a mini album. It's great for like pocket letters for friend mail, and my mum actually has made little pockets on these here, and there's little notes in there as well, and then she's decorated it, and then she's wrote her message for me on the back. So after looking at mum's, I then made my own one. I made this one during a Facebook Live, so you'll be able to watch that one. I'll link it in the description box below. And I used the newest kit from the Papercraft Society to make this version here. So I've got two bookmarks. This is a Valentine's kind of style. Two bookmarks here. I'm going to be writing my message on the back of these, and I'm going to write some other things on there. I've got a little wax seal, and then this vellum sentiment, and then you just undo this ribbon, which is wrapped around twice to hold it all in place, and inside I've decorated it with the beautiful papers, and then the sentiments from my stash together is a beautiful place to be. Really lovely, stands up. Love the way the ribbon kind of hangs as well. And then again, if you wanted to write more on the back, you could pop a panel there as well. Whilst we were doing the live, I also said if you've got one of the older Papercraft Societies, you could make this. It'd be great with this card was the little panels that they have in the kit, and that's this one here, which is the Crafty Individuals. So this is kit 23. This one's still available along with the one that I'm going to be using today. So, but yeah, if you're stuck with maybe something to stick on them, or you were stuck with what to do with these like I was, I removed the black border and I think it actually looks really good. Got to finish it off there. I'm going to cut something, maybe a butterfly or something to go there, and then finish it with a sentiment on the front. But you could also put a little dangle on there, which I think would look lovely. So there's heaps of ideas, and I think they work for pretty much all occasions. But today I'm going to make another one, but it's going to be a birthday card, and I'm still going to use this kit. So this is the newest one. This is the Papercraft Society box 27. This is by the Frugal Crafter, which is Lindsay on YouTube. So yeah, I'm going to use that one today. So let's get started. So I had lots of bits left over from the live, and I also used the ribbons. I just brought these, and I got 3 for 90p, and the cream, you can see here, matched really nicely, and then the green is going to match perfectly for this birthday version. So I'm going for this green colour instead of the hot pink. But also on that one, I used the hot pink as the base, and then this white panel. So you can kind of change your cardstock as well, whereas this one is just all white cardstock, all of it. So again, have a little play around. This one's going to be all green actually. So I've already stamped, done a lot of heat embossing. There's some vellum sentiments there that are already done. I've already made my wax seal. Again, if you want to see all that stuff being done from scratch, then check out the Facebook Live. So to make the main concertina fold, you want a piece of 11 by 8 1/4. Along the 11-inch side, you're going to score at 2 3/4, 5 1/2, and 8 1/4. And then along the short side, you're going to score at 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. Now, you may not want to score these score lines all the way down. You may not want the score lines visible. So, for example, here, can you see they go right through? That gets covered though, like the front here. You wouldn't know those score lines are even there. It's just a bit easier this way. But if you don't want the score lines going right the way down, you just need to score between the two squares, because we're going to be removing these two squares. So it's just a cutting guide. Okay. Then you want this piece here, which is 11 by 2 3/4. Along the 11-inch side, you're going to score at 1 3/8, 2 3/4, 5 1/2, 8 1/4, and then 9 5/8. It's the same 3 main score lines, but you're adding an extra one at each end. So you're halving that end square again. So first of all, if you fold the main piece in half, what we're going to do is remove this square here. But if you pop this in your trimmer, if you'd rather, then you're removing the 2 middle squares. Okay, you've got 3, 6, 9, 12 squares. It's the 2 right in the middle. But if you've got the scissors and you want to do it like me, you can cut through both at the same time. But you want to remove the score line. So I'm cutting more to the right here. So I'm cutting away that score line. Pinch your cardstock so it doesn't shift. Like so. And then I'm cutting to the left of this one. Like so. And then if you open it up, you can fold that down. And then if you want, you can cut in half there. You're going to be folding these all you know, different ways anyway. So you can then get in here and get a really nice cut. Again, try and remove any score line. You see there, I got a nice cut. So again, this one here, let's do it that way. Just fold and cut it however feels right for you. This feels better for me. Just getting it folded in the right direction for me to cut it. Like so. So you can use those for mats and layers. So now you've got something like this. So you want to have a valley, mountain, valley. So you've got that shape. This is what I mean. See, these score lines just break up these sections for me. Or you could decorate them even inside here. You don't have to have, well, you've got that piece going over the top, so you wouldn't have long ones necessarily on the sides. But, you know, it's up to you. You know what to do if you don't want them. So then you've got this piece here. So you're going to do a valley, mountain, valley, mountain, valley. If I hold that up, you can see that's the shape that you want. It's like an M shape. You're then going to stick the ends onto the card like this, so you get that shape. So I'm going to use my construction glue now. So this is the Collall Clear construction glue. I'm just going to add that onto each of the ends there. And that's just going to start to strengthen everything nicely. Now, if you want, you can pop your ribbon in between these 2 layers. I've been putting my ribbon between the pattern paper. So again, up to you. And then again, add my glue just onto the edge there. And just line that one up at the very edge of the card. Like so. Okay, so whilst that's drying, I'll go through all the mats and layers. So it's very, very straightforward to make. So that's for the front, so I'll go over that in a moment. But for each of these squares, they're 2 3/4 squared. So all my mat layers are 2 1/2 squared. So I've just cut, these are all the papers that come in this kit. You can see you get all sorts in here. Lots of different pattern papers. You've got stamps and dies. These are the dies I used for the bookmarks in the original one that I showed you. And then there's buttons here. I've cut all of that, which I'll show you in a moment. And here's the vellum toppers. You've got an inspiration booklet there, watercolour card. So there's a lot in this kit. It's really, really pretty. So I did cut, let's have a little look. I remember what I did here. Yeah, so I'm going to have these ones. And then, no, it's going to be like that. There we go. So I'm going to have those 4 like that. Then I'm going to have the leaf on there, and then those 2 there. That was just a spare one. So I'm going to stick those ones down. Like I said, they're all 2 1/2 squared. If you want to do a mat and a layer, then I do this. So this was white card, 2 1/2 squared, and then I do 2 1/4 squared in a pattern paper, because you might want this to be your mirrored card, and then you'll pop another layer on top of that. So again, using that same glue, I'm going to get all these stuck down. Okay, next I want to get my sentiments stuck down, because then I can decide on whether I want this to be this same pink, and I was maybe going to emboss it, or to keep it the green and have it embossed. So, because there's quite a lot of print again. So I've got a piece here which is the same as this one here, so 2 and 2.5 squared. So that one's going to go there. So I'll stick that one down first. And again, you'll have another one, you know, that size there, but I'm going to have these butterflies which I've stamped and embossed, which are in the stamp set. I might just have a white matte layer and then just a few of the butterflies there, which I think looks really pretty, because I think they'll pop better against the white. So again, I might emboss that. So then I've got this white piece and I've got this to go over the top, but vellum can be tricky to stick down. So there's these really cute little corners, and that's what I've used on this one here, and the glue's behind those corners. So what I did first of all is attach them to the corner of the vellum. So just popped a little bit of glue on the edge, and then just sit this over the top. If you get any glue smudges, smears on your mirrored card, you just spray a little bit of kitchen towel with some rubbing alcohol, then it will come off. So it's really decorative, but it's also going to hide your glue. And now I'm going to add a bit more glue behind that, and then stick it onto this white piece. So obviously this is optional how I'm doing it. You might just want to stick that directly onto your card blank. Now on that one I left the white border, which I think does look quite nice. Yeah, no, I'm going to keep it. And then I've got that pink again at the top, so a little more glue, and then this one's the same width, so you're just seeing that pink. It's just a little bit different. Just close that up like so. I think that looks really nice. Okay, so I've just embossed this one with my offset grid embossing folder, and I've done it in the same green. Sometimes the same colour over the same colour, but with it textured, just gives a very elegant effect. White, this technique with white looks lovely. So I'm just going to place that one over the top. And you could all, I mean, I wouldn't do it in this card, but if you add foam as well, then you get that natural shadow. It looks really nice. And then I can add, I'm going to keep one butterfly for the front. So let's do one there. Once the glue's dry, I can lift up the wings a little bit more. Just make sure it doesn't go over the fold. No, that's fine. I think that looks really pretty. And then I'm thinking about doing white embossed down the sides here. Let's just try this size. So these will be 1 by 2.5. Just want to see what the colour looks like. Yeah, I think that's going to look nice. So 4 pieces of 1 by 2.5, and then I'm going to emboss them and stick those down. So before I stick that down, I'll just quickly show you how I attach the ribbon. It's about, well, I said 12 in the live, but I think 14, about 14 inches will be better, because you want one of them to wrap around. So I'm just adding some glue and then just sticking that down, and then I'll just pop some glue back on this piece, and then that will set over the top of that fabric. So that's everything stuck down. I've just got my hair straighteners. I have showed these before in a tutorial. These are my craft ones, and I use them to remove any kinks in ribbon. So you can see here it's got all these kinks, so I'm going to remove those once that's warmed up. So that's everything stuck down. I think it looks really nice with the white and the green there, just mixing it all a little bit, and then it all folds flat. And then I've stuck that one on the front. So this piece is again the same width, so 2.5, and this is by 8. And then that was a 2.5 squared pink piece, and then the same as what I did inside. And then I've also stuck a white piece on the back, so I've got my space there to write my message. But I do just want to add a little bit more decoration, so got to have another butterfly on the front. And then I just die cut some of the buttons, and I thought they would look quite nice. I've actually put ribbon through them and then put some foam on the back, but I just thought, you know, I just thought a few of them, I might not use that. Kind of looks nice with on the ribbon, but I guess we could just have it maybe in one of the corners. That could look quite cute. Maybe not the buttons inside, I don't know. Sometimes just a few dotted around. So I made this one and I poured it onto my silicone mat, and then I've just popped some double-sided tape on the back. So I've done like a diagonal kind of line there of the details. You've got that, and then all of the middle, and then you've got a couple of the buttons there. And then I've added the other 3 onto the front there. So now I can just, oh, I've realised I put my ribbon back to front. To be fair, actually, it doesn't matter because it means you'll see it when it's open, when it's, you've got the shiny side. So you've got the dull side, but actually that's, you're not going to notice that at all. So I said during the live, the string on this is very, not the string, the wire is very long. But make sure it's nice and hot. Be careful if you're using a plastic ribbon. This is a cotton, I believe, or it's a satin, so it's not, you know, it can handle the heat. This has been on for about 5 minutes, but you can see it's almost instant. Just saves you getting your iron out. Or some of you might have your craft irons as well. This is just really handy. You see straight away it's got rid of all of that. Not very expensive. I think I paid about £7 or £8 from Amazon. So I'll link this one below if anybody's interested, because it is quite a few people in the chat on the live said that they had this one. And then I would wrap one of these around. Actually, I'm going to wrap, go that way. In fact, thinking about it, maybe that sentiment would have been better further down, which is why I done that one. But it's still going to get enjoyed. I'm not too worried about that. And if you didn't have the ribbon, then it wouldn't matter anyway, because not everybody's going to add the ribbon. They might use a different way of closing it. A little clip would look quite nice. Okay, so that's the finished card. I think it's cute. Like I said, friend mail, or popping that in a bigger pocket in a mini album. I think it's perfect, so it looked lovely with like 2.5 squared photos in all of the panels. But you can see now, undo your ribbon, and then you've got that lovely finished card. So it's that one. Go back through these ones here so you can see where I've added the bookmarks on that one. And then there's the detail there. And I embossed the pattern paper there. And then we've got this one, just to give you another idea. And then my original inspiration, the lovely colourful one that my mum made. So I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Lots of you, like I said, did ask for this one. So hopefully this has given you some inspiration. You've liked my versions. I will link all of this product because it's, like I said, still available. This one is, and this one, as I'm doing this video, it's still available. And I'll share the original blog. I'll double check it. That will also go onto my blog from Amanda Bates. I'm sure it's Amanda Bates. Anyway, thank you for watching as always, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.